Aaron Rodgers is our gosh darn quarterback, baby, and I've never been prouder. Let's get into an eventful New York Jets training camp. Zoinks! But it is unequivocally the Super Bowl for New York Jet fans.
Field Yates, baby. Field gosh darn Yates. Let's bring him on the show.
Come on, people. Connor Rodgers is joining the show. What's up, Connor? But Trevor gosh darn Sycamore, baby, for me, personally, my favorite New York Jet of all time.
Wow, it's great to be on. What an intro that was right there.
Paul, nobody does an intro like you, man.
Paul, you give the best intro of literally any podcast that I've ever done.
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas.
Aaron gosh darn Rodgers, baby. Unfriggin' believable. The only regret I have is that I wasn't there myself to see it in person. Holy friggin' crap, baby. Welcome to the show. No, this is not Boy Green Daily. No, it's not the morning. We're actually going to be on a lot longer than 20 minutes, I imagine, to recap a crazy, eventful day for New York Jets training camp. Hello, everybody. My name is Paul Leston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com, and Edgar says it right here. Before you guys do anything, hit the like button. It's the free way to contribute to today's program. You can like the video on YouTube and hit subscribe down below. We're continuing to shoot up the charts, and we appreciate your support, each and everybody. Make sure you get involved on the friggin' show, baby. Drop your comments, your questions, your reactions. And if you were there, feel free to share that as well. I saw there was, I think, 2,000 plus is what the Jets' official capacity was listed at on the team website, baby. But unbelievable. Freaking unbelievable. Aaron Rodgers. Wow. And we're going to go through all of it here today. Let's say hello to a couple people. Ty Rapp in the program. What's up, brother? Zoinks. Dave from New Brunswick racing us. Hawk, what's up, man? We mentioned Edgar joining us on the program. Thank you very much. And thank you very much. Michael Dunsing, the good old buddy, finally made a live stream. Yes, this was just kind of random. I thought, you know what? I got the house to myself. My fiance and the baby are out camping somewhere. But I had work, Jet stuff. I'm like, I can't go to no stinking camp. I got Aaron Rodgers and Jet stuff to discuss. So the house is empty. The house is empty, which is an unusual thing. You hear that? Nothing, which is great. So we are rolling with the punches, baby. That's for sure. So amazing. Let's see. Ty Rapp has the leg board green. Actually, just before coming on here, I did physical therapy. I have both physical therapy outside the house and inside. I am sweating like nobody's business. So I got an ice cold water here. We are going to power through however long this lasts. So thank you. The leg's getting stronger, though, every day. I'm doing more crazy stuff. Not crazy, but crazy for me in the recovery process. So it's getting better and better. Thank you so much for asking. Greg Connor on our Facebook page. R&R. Lewis and our gosh darn bananas. We'll have to come up with a t-shirt. It seems like there's enough interest in that. John O'Sullivan gracing us with his presence. Hello on the old YouTube. And all that wonderful stuff. Let's get into it, guys. First off, let's do the fun stuff, which I have to do. The Jets showed this after practice. Sauce hinted at it during his press conference that he had something, quote-unquote, special. And I assumed it was Al the jeweler, and that was the delivery. Here you go. In case you guys missed it, Sauce gave his guy a gift. Gave Aaron Rodgers a gift after practice. They're in the weight room. Here's a video rolling. You don't necessarily need the audio, but here it is. I'll throw it up here on the big screen. Yeah, you can. Like I said, we don't really need the audio, but long story short, Sauce Gardner here got it back. You can see actually Al's logo is on it from Al the jeweler. I'm just muting it because the sound doesn't matter. And look at this, the number 8 bling, and Sauce goes to put it on Rodgers. You can see the captions as well. Look at like this relationship. Think about it for a second. Aaron Rodgers is 39 years old. Sauce is like 21, 22. And the hug. There's just this brotherly relationship here, which is great. I mean, it's cool, man. It's cool. Yeah, the Aaron Rodgers Sauce Gardner thing at Madison Square Garden, the whole, Jessica Alba thing was hilarious. and they have this playful back and forth. Let me throw that one up there. So there's a lot of different ways you could, of course, go to practice. You can, consume some of the Jets media in a lot of different lights. And one of the things I try to do as often as possible, sometimes I don't have the time to do it, but the Jets do every once in a while a training camp live program. Okay. Just kind of a live show where it's Ethan Greenberg and Eric Allen and a couple others. And while I was watching, I sometimes like to pay attention to the B-roll. That's just the footage that's happening behind them as they're talking. I think sometimes, because we get some pretty cool camera angles that sometimes we don't get in other places, we saw the handshake between Aaron Rodgers and Sauce. Let's throw that up on the screen if we can. Yeah, here you go. They have their own handshake. It's one of these, and then it closes, and then smokes it, and puts it up to the sky. I'm not cool enough to make that look cool, but come on, look at that, baby. Look at that. Like, look at this relationship. It's so awesome. Aaron Rodgers is so genuinely happy with being a member of the Jets, and it's just so freaking cool, man. I just love it. The vibes are high, and I can't wait, of course, till the season gets here. We're just talking about practice. I'm pulling an Allen Iverson, an AI, the answer. We're talking about practice, baby, and it's so cool. So the vibes are high, and they look great. And let's get to it. Aaron Rodgers dominates. So the first couple of days of practice, the defense has the edge, according to all the reporters. And by the way, makes total sense. This Jets defense is going into its third year. A lot of the players are going into their second year. So, they've got a level of continuity. You think about the offensive side of the ball. New players, new scheme, new coaches. There's new everywhere. But new, brand spanking new, fresh out of the package. It's new everywhere. So naturally, it's going to take some time to go. But when it clicks, baby, and it was clicking today, in particular in the red zone, I mean, there was some dimes being served by Aaron Rodgers, which again just makes me keep pinching myself like, oh my goodness, look at this. Like, the dime to Tyler Conklin, that's classic Aaron Rodgers. And there was a lot of classic Aaron Rodgers today. But classic Aaron Rodgers, they're doing this red zone drill. Aaron Rodgers snaps the ball. He sees the back of the defender's head, which means he can't possibly defend this unless he has eyes in the back of his head. I'm just going to lob it up to Tyler Conklin. And because the defender can't see, Tyler Conklin mossed his ass and goes, whoop, and grabs the ball over the top and hauls it in. So first off, Aaron Rodgers red zone tight end equals touchdown, baby. So that's nice. You see that. Again, seeing the back of the defender's head. Savvy, vintage, veteran quarterback move. Here's another one. And this happens to the Jets all the gosh darn time. I mean, all the friggin' time. Where the quarterback goes, Bluebird, 22, sick, a hut. And then the Jets defender jumps off, and then they snap the ball, free play, and just, and then throws it downfield. It's either a touchdown, a big play, or passing interference, and then they get that. When's the last time a Jets quarterback has been able to draw the defense offsides with his cadence and then get a friggin' free play out of it? Let me see. Never. That's why. So Aaron Rodgers, more vintage in the red zone, hikes the ball, gets the free play, finds another touchdown. So his ability in the red zone is just unbelievable. It just makes this offense, which the floor was non-existent. I mean, non-existent last year. All of a sudden, boop, 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 boop. It just rises. It just goes through the roof. And when you pair that with the defense, the possibilities are endless because the Jets are going to be scoring some odd 20 points a game, at least. And think about last year. If they would have scored at least 18 points in every game last year, they would have had insert record. I'm just telling you, people. Aaron Rodgers, the special quality. And here's the other thing, a couple of quick notes on Aaron Rodgers. We'll get to more of your comments, by the way, if you're watching. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe down below, and throw your questions, comments, interactions. I want to interact with as many of you as possible. If you were there, let us know. Give us all the deets. But I'll say this, the other cool thing about this is, and Robert Saleh mentioned it during his media availability, that so Aaron Rodgers has this beautiful throw to Corey Davis. Corey Davis makes the diving catch, which, by the way, Corey Davis, stock up. Good. We're not a lot of us in the content creator / media community are talking about Corey Davis. Let's give a shout out to Corey Davis. But he gets this great throw. It's a great throw from Rodgers, great catch from Davis. And Saleh said, you probably couldn't have put it anywhere else. Like, he's such a good quarterback. He fit it in this window like that didn't exist. right? So DJ Reed gets quote unquote beat for this touchdown, right? But in practice, we're talking about practice. In practice, after the play, so Rodgers touchdown, crowd goes crazy, fellow teammates go crazy, like it's all gravy, baby. But then Rodgers is able to, after the play, go over to DJ Reed and say, "Hey, what'd you see? Oh, I saw this, and then they get better. There's no wasted reps. If the offense beats the defense learns. The defense beats the offense, Rodgers learns. That is the most fascinating thing to me. And I know Connor Hughes hates it, but I'll throw it out there because Robert Saleh said it during the presser. Iron sharpens iron. This number 4 overall defense from last year is competing against Aaron Rodgers every single day in practice. He keeps you on alert. Okay. He can take a deep shot at any moment. He can draw you off sides. He can audible. That's what seemingly happened on the Conklin touchdown, Connor Hughes said, although Robert Saleh couldn't confirm. He had to go to the tape to confirm that. But it looked like Rodgers gave a little golden banana, and then all of a sudden Conklin gave him a little wink, boop, boop. And then and to have that kind of chemistry unbelievably at the beginning, that they have that. Conklin's been gone the entire offseason. All of the OTAs he was dealing with some nagging injuries. He told us on our show. And he's dealing with some of that, so he hasn't been able, he's been with the install and stuff, but you can't build chemistry unless you're on the field. And that him and Rodgers already have this relationship where it's kind of wink, wink, slap the helmet. All of a sudden, they have the audible ready. Great studying by Conklin to make sure he's on top of his crap, and Rodgers too. That, to me, is friggin' wild. So there is this iron sharpens iron thing here where the defense is getting better, the offense is getting better, and then when we get to the season, you're like, whew, now we're not playing the Jets offense anymore, or vice versa. Aaron Rodgers is like, oh, thank God, we're not playing the Jets defense anymore. So all of a sudden, things should be even easier in the season. Nothing's easy. The Jets have a hell of a road and a hell of a schedule. But my engine is revved, baby. It is revved. Aaron friggin' Rodgers. All right, I'll try to get to as many. I see we have a bunch of comments in here. Guys, as always, the YouTube Super Chat feature is available. We'll cut the line, as one of our famous content creators say, and it'll guarantee we get you on the show. But I want to try to get to as many of these as possible because it's been a while since we've done one of these straight-up live streams. Okay, let's see. Let me try to scroll. Stay right here. The sports narrative. I think the offensive line is coming together. If Breece gets 100%, how far does this team go? First off, on the offensive line, a little news nugget as we're starting here. Dwayne Brown was placed on PUP. He missed the first couple days of camp because of a personal reason, and then he was back today. He was not in pads, but he was back at the facility today, and then he was just placed on PUP officially an hour ago or something. But it just came across the social media a few minutes before we started. So Dwayne Brown's on PUP. Nothing to worry about at this point because you can be pulled off PUP at any time, as Breece Hall is also on the list. Like Uzama's on the list. There's a couple other players on the list. Randall Cobb's on the list. A couple of those players. But Uzama and a couple of these others are expected to come off soon. So let's just keep an eye on it. And I was wrong, so I'm taking some L's here. Mekhi Becton's getting those. First off, he's looking good. Number 2, he's getting reps at left tackle. So maybe he has that chance. Going back to you, if Breece gets 100%, how far does his team go? I mean, the world is the oyster. You saw what Breece Hall was doing with negative quarterback play, like no one helping him out, stack boxes and delivering. With Aaron Rodgers, I mean, Breece Hall described it well during his NFL Network interview. So if you load the box, Aaron Rodgers will light you up. If you lighten the box, Aaron Rodgers has no problem handing me the gosh darn football. Now, so your question is valid. If he gets there, how far does this team go? How about the friggin' Super Bowl, baby? Okay? How about the friggin' Super Bowl? That's where they go. Now, how quickly can he get to 100%? That's my question. Can he get there this year? Is that even possible? I don't know. As a guy who's also recovering from an ACL, I'm working my Patuki off every day with physical therapy at home multiple times a day and then also outside with a professional. I'm working my ass off. I think these, guys like Breece Hall is obviously, too, a better technology and all those things. So how quickly can he get to 100%? And the thing is, I don't want the Jets to rush him. I had this whole thing this morning on Boy Green Day, which is a live video show every day at 7:30 on my YouTube channel, Facebook, and Twitter. So, guys, make sure you check out that morning program, either live or after the fact. We appreciate the support. And on the morning show today, I had a rant. I don't want to see Aaron Rodgers' ass in the preseason. I don't want to see Breece Hall's ass. I don't want to see any of those guys. I'm fine. bubble wrap, bubble wrap, bubble wrap. That's what I'm all about, bubble wrap. And then we'll figure it out later. That's where I'm sitting at this point. So we'll see. Again, the Dalvin Cook thing looms. The Dalvin Cook thing looms. That's all I'll say about that. I haven't been excited about this about a season since 81-82. Wow. Okay. Well, 2010 was pretty hyped up because, like, 2009, we didn't know. I mean, it was hyped up because Rex Ryan said, I ain't kissing Belichick's rings. But 2010, the Hard Knock season, that was pretty hyped. Not as hyped as this because you had Sanchez going into second year versus Aaron Rodgers. So I feel like this season right now, and maybe it's hyperbole, I don't think so, is the most hyped Jet season ever. Ever. Aaron Rodgers, defense, all these pieces. I think it's the most hyped season ever. And I think also 2023 helps with the One Jets Drive series, Hard Knocks, and things of that nature. Go Jets. Peter Gibson joining us on the Facebook page. What's up, buddy? Thanks for joining us. Thanks for taking some time to watch the show. Jason, hi, mate. What's going on, brother? Love it, Jason. Thanks for dropping by. Rodgers iced up and ready. Yet nothing on the calf. So anyone talk about the calf thing? Oh, no, the Jets are going to jet. Nothing. He's not even wearing a calf sleeve. Seems completely fine. Looks great. So thank goodness. False alarm there. Let's see. Hawk, I wonder if Sauce gave Zach a small sterling silver number 2 chain. Zach gave that to his girlfriend, the model-looking Instagram girl. But I'll say this real quick on Zach Wilson. Hawk, Zach Wilson looked good today, man. Now, people are making fun of the Allen Lazard throw, so I have all the highlights if you guys missed them. I threw a lot of the highlights that the Jets didn't tweet out of their video highlights on my Twitter, @BoyGreen25. Bing, 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 on the scrolling ticker. And the throw he had to Lazard, I thought was good, man. And you have multiple angles on that highlight. Like, he put it in a place where only Allen Lazard could get it. Like, sure, was there not a yak opportunity? Of course. But I thought the coverage was pretty tight. So the way Zach Wilson threw it, I thought he looked pretty good. And they started, I think it was either the first or second period, 5 for 5. I think that's what some of the reporters said. So Zach Wilson's looking good, man. I don't know. We'll see. And I'm excited. We're, what is it, 22nd? Let me pull up the calendar here. How far are we from the Hall of Fame game? Who knows that? 1, 2. So we're less than 2 weeks away from the Hall of Fame game, which I will be at. Can't wait for that. And hopefully I'll get to meet a lot of you guys there. But Zach Wilson's going to get the show. Salah also confirmed that we will not be seeing starters in that game probably. So, okay, let's see here. Dirty old Jets fan, a.k.a. Walt. What's up, Boy Green? What's up? Yeah, baby. Say hello from Eat of You in Saratoga. My sister was born in Saratoga. We're going to have a hell of a team this year. I agree, and I think you guys should enjoy it, baby. Enjoy the ride. I love it. And yeah, Chrono Kenny, Tony Adams, he was the star of camp yesterday, not the star of camp today. That was the offensive side of the ball. But I'm curious. We talked about this on the Boy Green Daily Show, which is a 20-minute show every morning, and weighing the battle between Tony Adams and Adrian Amos. Let me see. My Twitter is like overflowing with all this stuff from today, but let me see if I could quickly find the poll from yesterday. Yeah, right now, Tony Adams is winning. I'll throw this up on the big screen real quick. We got another 3 hours left in this poll. Let me throw this up. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Here it is. Here's our poll of the day from our Boy Green Daily Show. Who's going to win the starting safety job opposite of Jordan Whitehead in Jets camp? Tony Adams or Adrian Amos? We have over 500 votes. Again, 54% Tony Adams, 46% Adrian Amos. And by the way, it's been kind of flipping back and forth over the last 21 hours. Feel free to vote. I think it is razor close because, like, I think fans want it to be Tony for obvious reasons, the young buck upstart. But Amos obviously is a proven veteran and things of that nature. So that'll be intriguing. We'll see. But I'm excited for the kid. It's really promising to see that highlight. I liked, again, people also making fun of that as an underthrow by Aaron Rodgers, but I really liked what I saw there. All right, I see a YouTube super chat just came in. So let me boop, 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 boop. Got to skip the line. Sorry, people. Got to pay the bills. Got to put the lights on. Here we go. NY2FLA gracing us with this presence. Boom shakalaka. Love the chutzpah, baby. Beautiful. All right, let's get to this super chat. And thank you so much, NY2FLA. Hey, BG, I know it's early and no pads yet, but word is that Carl Lawson's playing so well, he's become a practice breaker. He's being asked to back off. Can't wait to see him with the pads on. Pads on Tuesday, everybody. Jets have a day off on Monday coming up, and then Tuesday, pads, baby. And I always tweet this out every year. Office Tate, Terry Tate, office linebacker. Here comes the paint train. Whoop, whoop. Oh, I'm sending that tweet out, baby. That's saved in the drafts. My fingers hovering over the button to go, boop, pads on. Oh, yeah, baby. And yeah, this is amazing, NY2, FLA. Carl Lawson, by the way, looks fantastic. So physically, he's in phenomenal shape, and that's never been a question. But 2 years removed from the Achilles, and I'm not quite sure he's the same Carl Lawson. Let me make sure I phrase this correctly. 2 years ago, when he first came in, like, he was everything you're saying, practice breaker, like, good Lord, like, you need to stop or we can't even run our offense. So, like, he was crazy. I haven't confirmed because Saleh was kind of, non-committal about it. Is he that same level of player? Saleh would not commit to that. But from the Jets people inside the building I've talked to, some of the team media reporters and whatnot, they think he's back, baby. And if he's back, that changes the picture of the pass rushing room. Because Carl Lawson had a good year. Good, solid, not great, but solid. He had 7 sacks last year, and you remove him another year away, double-digit sack pass rusher. I predicted it on Buffalo Show. Hell yeah, baby. And if he's double-digit, what are you going to do with him? Quinnen, the first rounders, Jermaine from last year, Will McDonald this year? Like, snap. And then there's more than that, obviously. Bryce Huff and all these other cats. I'm just telling you, man, like, this defensive line is nasty. They bring a little bit of that to the table. And when you got Aaron White-Cotton barking things out left and right, this healthy rotation, you have Aaron Rodgers potentially giving this Jets team more leads than they've ever had, and then these pass rushers can pin the ears back and freaking go buck wild. That's what is getting me, man. Is getting me. The Aaron Rodgers impact on the rest of the team is so friggin' dramatic, so massive. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So well done, NY2 FLA. Love it, buddy. Thanks for the support on the show. Gold standard, baby. I love it. We get another several YouTube super chats. All right, let's catch up here. We got Small Health Jets Petroleum. Quote, super chat, skip the queue. Ah, okay. There we go. Beautiful. We'll trademark that. New phrase idea. I like it. Go Jets. Keep up the great work, man. Well, thank you, Small Heath Jet Petroleum. Appreciate it, buddy. And super chat, skip the queue. I'm going to have to write that one down. I like that. That's beautiful. We got to market, baby. We got to brand it. And I love it. So, yeah, what I'm excited about, and thank you for the kind words here, Small Heath, is that ultimately when you look at this Jets team, another thing that I love, Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson. Look at these cats. Look at these cats. Offensive rookie year, defense rookie year. And they got each other a couple of times. You saw the nice pass deflection. Aaron Rodgers threw the go-go ball. Sauce Gardner goes, booyah, and do a little smack-a-lacka. No, sir. And then Garrett Wilson got him on slant. He dives into the little shake and bake action. Gets a little bit of that wiggle going on. A little, give me a jockstrap all 8. Whoop. Gives him a little two-piece combo. Pa-pa, pa-pa. He's got a lot of that. And I love that Garrett Wilson responded to the fans. So there's a clip shared a couple days ago. All of training camps kind of clouding on each other. But Garrett Wilson had this one highlight where he got the ball and kind of gave like a ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. And then like was juking hard, like cutting hard and going, and then like a little, I'm going to like blow out my ACL if I try that too long. But he's doing a lot of that, and fans are going like, whoa, Garrett, rein it in, man. And I love that Garrett like saw all the commentary and came out and said, hey, boys, I practice how I play. And that's how you have to do. You sometimes just can't turn it off. That is what Garrett Wilson is. He brings that juice, that basketball background where he can kind of go ISO on it, kind of get the ball, give him that crossover, the little pa-pa, a little bit of that action. And you got to love it, baby. You got to love what he brings to the table. I friggin' love it. All right, let's get another one in here. Another YouTube super chat. Guys, these are awesome. Thank you so much for the support for the show. Makes all of this possible, baby. Chris K. the 5th. Any young bulls you're rooting for to see win a starting job? Love the Daily Show, Paul. Nice to catch you live. Keep up the great work, brother. Thank you, Chris K. Love it, brother. And love the avatar picture. That's beautiful. Look at that Jets love in the family. So there's Tony Adams. I'm not necessarily sure I was rooting for that from the beginning of camp. He's a great story. I'm not, crapping on the story or anything. So Tony Adams is a good one for a starting job. Obviously, Joe Tippmann's another one at center. He's competing there. Let's see. Let's go to the defensive side of the ball. So corners locked, safeties we just mentioned. Jamian, I guess, but I don't really know what his competition is, to be honest. I'm not sure if Chaz Surratt or Zaire Barnes or Hamza or any of those are legit competition for him at 3. If they don't sign Quan, I feel like, well, it's Jamian by default, ultimately. But I will just say a guy I'm rooting for hard, Chris, and I haven't been able to hide it. I love freaking Michael Clemens, man. He got a little feisty, got a little chippy at practice day. A couple of fights, nothing too crazy, of course, nothing too crazy where we're getting like bad. Like fights are good because again, it's hot as hell out there, and you're trenching, clashing, like a little machizo, like, hey, pal, you want a little piece of this, pal? Huh? And you hold a little hold back. Oh, what? But Michael Clemens, by the way, is someone I would not cross. I don't care if he like pushed me and said, "Do you want to go?" I'm like, "No, I do not. No, sir, not at all. Not one bit, actually. Thank you. Can I have some more? You can push me again if you want." Hell no, I ain't crossing Michael Clemens. I think not. I value my life too much. That's for damn sure. But Michael Clemens is one who's going to get some more reps. Again, the defensive line room is friggin' loaded. I'm excited about him. Jermaine Johnson, how can you not be excited about this guy? He only had 2.5 sacks last year. Not his fault when you looked at the playing time and stuff, but you look at that sack against Josh Allen. How can we not try to close our eyes and visualize what that could look like on a more consistent basis? Jermaine Johnson, who, by the way, there was a little bit of a I want to address this. So, Chris, I'll leave your comment here on the board because I caused some drama today, and I apologize for my role in it because I told you guys I was listening to Jets Training Camp Live. I was listening to Jets Training Camp Live, and I lost my bananas when Eric Allen said this. I'm going to throw it up here on the big screen. Okay. Eric Allen said, let me get the correct quote up here. He announced that Jermaine Johnson will be listed as a, quote, linebacker moving forward, not a defensive lineman. So I'm losing my banana. I'm like, what did he just say? Whoa, mama. Like, that's notable. That's something. What does that mean? So I'm kind of, for a moment, like, Eric Allen said it like it was a big deal. And I'm like, okay, Jermaine Johnson linebacker, like, interesting. What are they thinking there? And then, so you hear the clip, and then it's like, yeah, he's talking about it. But I will say, much ado about nothing, folks. Maybe there will be some creative stuff that they use him for. But Ethan Greenberg, the partner on the live stream, clarified and said, in order to be number 11, Jermaine Johnson switches number from 52 to 11. We'll get into that in a second. You have to be listed at linebacker. He said it was the same thing with Matt Judon of the New England Patriots. So again, for a moment, I'm like, whoa, mamacita. Wow. And then I'm like, oh, okay. So I know sometimes my adjectives, whoa, mama, zooey, oh, baby, oh, my, all my hoopla, my vernacular that I use can sometimes be taken out of turn. But, I take blame because I tweeted it. But like EA, if you're listening to the live show, you heard him say it. You're like, what? Like he didn't say it like because it was the jersey number. He said it like, whoa, you better watch out. And I'm like, oh, I am, sir. Yes, sir, I am. So I apologize for my role in that drama earlier, guys. I apologize. Jermaine Johnson is technically a linebacker now, but I think it's more so just kind of logistically speaking. It's not like he will literally be CJ Mosley, Quincy, and Jermaine. Again, maybe situationally there'll be a Micah Parsons like stand-up role potentially. Like Quincy kind of has some of these blitzing responsibilities. Maybe he could do some of that standing up at the second level, but yeah, so much ado about nothing there. But shout out Jermaine Johnson, who wore number 11, of course, at Florida State. He flirted with it last year, as a rookie. He was considering, buying it off Denzel, but ultimately that did not transpire because Denzel, his number, if I remember in college at Baylor, was 5. Mike White was 5. Mike White leaves. Denzel could have went to 5. So there was a lot of hoopla, a lot of things bouncing around. And then ultimately Mims has moved. And I just said, whoa, Jermaine Johnson, the body wasn't even cold yet. He's like, yep, 11, dibs. Yeah, I'll take that, dibs. I'm like, whoa, buddy, easy, pal. Rein it in, brother. The body wasn't even cold yet. But nonetheless, Jermaine Johnson, number 11. It's something to get used to because you got Adrian Amos, who's Agent 0. So that's different. But yeah, so Jermaine Johnson, number 11 now. Technically linebacker, but again, it's all kind of formalities, it appears at this point. Thanks, everybody, for all the super chats. Keep them coming if you'd like. Again, as skips the queue, as noted there by a wonderful fan. So skip the queue. Feel free to do so. Let me try to get back to your comments here. Let me see if I could get back, see wherever the hell I was. Yeah, so Jermaine Johnson, again, number 11. Tony Adams, yep, we gave him some love. Zach Wilson got some love. Let's see. Oh, yes. How can we forget that? Another great point here by Alien Emoji. Guys, we're getting the jersey reveals. That's supposed to be on Monday, July 24th. Now, I can confirm that it's not some hoax. The throwbacks are happening for the Jets. And it appears by the imagery that it is going to be the Sack Exchange 80s. It does appear the white tops, white bottoms, Jet helmet right there. Boop, 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 right over my right shoulder. Boop, boop, boop. You guys can kind of see it. Let me throw it. And that, by the way, autographed by the entire New York Sack Exchange. One of my prized possessions, baby. One of my prized possessions right there. Won it in an auction for $20. Booyah! And by the way, I didn't need to clarify. It's not like I wasn't bidding against people. It's one of those random draw things. Hey, we got 14 spots. You buy a spot for $20, and then after everyone pays, we kind of boop. Here we go. I'm a lucky bastard. My fiance believes there's a 4-leaf clover shoved up my ass, but hey, different strokes, different folks. Am I right? Hey, whatever it takes, to get the helmet. But yeah, so anywho, back to your thing, Alien Emoji. So I can confirm it's not a hoax. It is true that the Jets will be. I don't know if it's the 24th thing is true. I heard that from somebody else, but I do know that the throwbacks are coming. It's real. That's not a hoax. The entire NFL is doing some versions of throwbacks all over the place, but the NFL wants to spread out the love. And by the way, super smart by the NFL from a marketing perspective. So, like, if every couple days, hey, the Bears have a throwback, every couple days, the Bengals, the Jets, like, you could dominate the sports headlines. Imagine if they just all 32 teams announce at the same time, hey, throwbacks. Like, it would be a news story like, whoa, look at all these. And then the next day it wouldn't be. So they're dominating the headlines by milking it out. So, yes, it's real. Yes, it's coming. I can't confirm the 24th, although that's the rumor. And that will be. And can you imagine? So I saw CJ Uzama was posing in it. But Aaron Rodgers in the old school Jets, ooh, take my money. Throw, like, what's that, Futurama? Take my money. Here's my wad of money. Take it, Jets, you bastards. So, yeah, probably going to be jumping in on that, obviously. Joe, great point here. Corey Davis is our sleeper. Now, it seems like with Corey Davis practicing, the Jets are like, all right, I guess you're going to play for your number, which, again, is just around $10 million, which, again, seems wildly expensive for a third, fourth receiver, depending on how you perceive it. Either way, third or fourth. Because Alan Lazard, he's a starter, $44 million. There's $44 million reasons why he's a starter, okay? You have Garrett Wilson. And then Corey Davis, so like Garrett and Lazard, I would assume are on the outside, and they have like Mecole slottish. Like Corey can do some slot stuff, so I'm kind of curious how all that pans out. But yeah, he's a super sleeper, man. Aaron Rodgers seems to like him. Again, I like him in his better suited role. He's no longer wide receiver one. Let's be honest, he never was. Okay. It was a cool thing coming from Tennessee. I'm a wide receiver one. And Jet fans like, hell yeah, you are. And then we see the season. Hell no, you aren't. But that's okay. You don't have to be number one. Garrett Wilson's number one. Be a number two. Be a number three. There's no shame in that game. You're facing the second or third corner. And then you got Aaron Rodgers throwing you the big skin. Not too shabby, if you ask me. So, Corey Davis, nice sleeper pick. Joe, I like the cut of your jib, pal. Yes, sir. Corey Davis, a nice sleeper possibility. Okay. Up some more super chats coming in. Let's skip the queue. Let's keep working that in. Okay, let's see. Sorry, guys. Got to get to these first. Okay, back to alien emoji. Here we go. Which player's jersey are you going to buy in sack exchange style? I'm only buying a defensive player for sentimental reasons, possibly Quinnen. That's a great rationale for picking it. So, alien emoji, first off, thank you for the support, brother, on the show. Great question so far. I'm really digging it. So I love your reasoning for sack exchange jersey style Quinnen. Quinnen's a great one because, to your point, now I don't know how many people out there are jersey people. Okay, I don't know how many. Me personally, I'm a jersey freak. I love jerseys. In that closet over there, so you guys can't, it's off camera, but it's to my left. If I go through that door and then another door, I've got like a million Jet jerseys. I think I counted them semi-recently. It's somewhere in 60 land. And it's not all Jets. There's some other stuff in there of other sports, but like Jets-wise, they account for like 90% of my collection. So I've got Jet players that I thought were great. Like I'm a big, hey, they drafted this guy. Let's buy it immediately. I'm going to look great. I'm going to be on the streets. Look at me. I already got the jersey, suckers. That led to Vernon Golston, number 56. Now, I don't burn jerseys, don't sell jerseys. Hey, if I bought it, well, we're wearing this thing. I am committed. So my fiance, she knows I have no commitment issues. Jet fan, no commitment issues whatsoever. I've been committed to this team through hell and high water. Okay, so she knows I'm in it for the long haul. If we break up, it wasn't because of me. I'll be in. Things are going bad for 12 years in a row. I'm like, you know what? You're 13. That could work out. Does that work in marriage? I have no idea. But that's the truth. So I'm in. Anywho, back to your point. So I got a bunch of jerseys in there. So Quinnen's a good one because he just signed an extension. Seems like a franchise player by all accounts. He'd be a good one. So that's a great reason, and I would potentially go in that direction. Rodgers is another one. It's kind of like the Brett Favre thing. Like when he came to the, I probably have 2 or 3. I'm leaning 3. I think I have 3 Favre jerseys in my closet. He played 1 year for the Jets. Now, I didn't buy him after the fact. That would have probably been cheaper. But no, I was in the Brett Favre, Hall of Famer. Let me get the jersey. Yeah. And then I bought it. I just went crazy and bought it. So another Rodgers, that would be incredibly tempting. Quinnen's up there. Maybe, I mean, you could be really cool and like, because like if you don't like, repeating jerseys, like everyone's going to get a Rodgers jersey. But like if you want one that's kind of off the beaten path, like a player you just love for some particular reason, you kind of trot it out. So like Michael Clemens to me, that would be one where I'm like, yeah. People go, Michael Clemens, like, yeah, I got it. And I love the 72 number. It reminds me of Osi and you're on the Giants. It's a sneaky clean number for a pass rusher. Sneaky clean. So I really love that. So again, Rodgers number 1 for me, although Quinnen, you make a compelling case for number 2. That would probably be the list. Garrett Wilson would be another fun one. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, because if you're talking about the defense, Sauce Gardner, of course, that could be another one. I don't think I was supposed to get a Sauce jersey, and then there was some mix up with the shop. So I don't know if I ever got the Sauce jersey. I don't believe so. So Sauce would be another good one. Great question, Alien Emoji. You are friggin' bringing it today, brother. I love it. Okay, another super chat coming in here. Mike Cohen joining us. Thanks for the super chats, guys. This is awesome. Thanks for the support. And what a crazy day of Jets training camp. The first public practice. We got plenty to discuss. We've discussed a lot more to discuss. We'll get into it. So I love the energy, people. Feed me your energy. Yeah, I'm freaking pumped. It's Saturday. I'm by myself and alone, and I've just been eating Jets crap all day long, baby. Toot, toot. Hop on to the gosh darn train, baby. Anywho, Mike Cohen, JJ, Q Lawson, Clemens, all coming. Sounds like pain train to me. Whoop, whoop. That's Terry Tate. I told you earlier. Here comes the pain train. Whoop, whoop. That's what he's coming. And that's it. Eric Allen gave a warning to Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen on Jets Training Camp Live saying, hey, Carl Lawson's coming for you. But that's the thing that makes me feel so great. Think about all these guys. Like, if you think about some other defensive lines in football, not many better than the Jets. You could say Eagles. You could say 49ers. Like, the Jets are in that elite club. They're in that elite club. If you're naming them, the Jets are in that party. Top 3, top 5. They're there. And you could argue higher. Jermaine Johnson's a freak. He's going to get more reps. Quinnen speaks for himself coming off an all-pro year. And he's only 25. There's so much more to accomplish for Quinnen. So friggin' much more, which should excite us, should titillate us, should titillate the team. Like, man, he just had 12 sacks. What the hell is he going to do now? Encore, baby. Encore. Clemens, I love a lot. We'll see on the reps and how he plays in, but he just brings a swag, man. Like a Debo Friday movie-like swag. That is, often imitated, never duplicated. Like, man, Clemens brings that kind of energy, and the team loves him. But talk about some others. I'm excited about Al Woods. It sounds like the Jets have this plan to unlock him. I am so fat. I did not get to hear Al Woods' presser before we did this. So much Jets content, hard to catch up on all of it, so I'll have to do that after the show. But Al Woods spoke to the media today. And he seems like a funny personality, but man, so he's just been this Damon Harrison, nothing wrong with Damon Harrison, by the way, but this space-eating big fat guy. Hey, I'm here and move my mountain ass. Like, that's what he's been. But Saleh says, hey, I think there's a way to unlock him, to get him to attack and be a better pass rusher than what he's historically been on tape. And Al Woods agrees. He thinks he can be that, which lured him to the Jets. Quentin Jefferson coming off a 5.5 sack career year for him. He's jumping in there. So you throw him into the mix, obviously. We talked about Clemens, JFM. He has been freaking going off at practice. We're talking about practice once again. And not a lot of people talk about JFM. It just gets overlooked. Like even, I'm not blaming you, Mike, for not naming him in this group, but like JFM, like I never think about him, ever. Like when I'm naming the stars, I go, no. But I mean, he is JF freaking M, man. He can play inside. He can play outside. I'm excited about him too. Will McDonald's like the most overlooked first rounder in history. Imagine if he gives you anything. Like, okay, Jermaine Johnson, 2.5 sacks, but what if he gives you anything beyond that? Woo-wee. That's what I'm saying, baby. That is what I'm freaking saying. Unbelievable. This defensive line is just freaking nasty. Nasty. Now, that's a good point from Mike with the follow-up here. Whatever you can name more than half the defensive line, you know you have something special. That's for damn sure. 100%. Let's see. Let's try to catch up on a bunch of your comments, guys. Like I said, keep the super chats coming. Appreciate it. Ooh, Sack Exchange 2.0. We can only hope, Bruce Davis. That would be beautiful. Who is our long snapper? That is Thomas Hennessy is our long snapper. He just got an extension, I think it was last year. Very good. He's a very good player. If you don't know his name, that's probably good because that means he's not making mistakes. So, Thomas Hennessy, really, really, really nice player. Really nice player. The Jets' 1990 to 98 jerseys are my favorite. I love the New York Titans. Apparently, that's a controversial take. But I love the New York Titans. I love, of course, the 80s. They speak for themselves. Like the green 80s, the green home jerseys. That's so freaking sharp. But I don't mind the now. Like everyone goes, it's stupid. Like, I don't know, stealth black, Gotham green, spotlight white. Like, I like them. The New York on the front. I don't know. To me, I really dig them. Now, I don't think they're the best to like New York Titans and like I said, the 80s Jets, but they're better than people. People just like hop on a bandwagon when someone goes, yeah, they suck, and then it's Ravens suck. Yeah, totally suck. Like too many people are followers drinking the Kool-Aid. Woo! Make some decisions, people. Have a backbone, okay? And I wish people had more opinions. Stop following people all over the gosh darn place. Of course, follow us though on the channel. Wink. Anywho. Oh, that's another one. Tony Alexio. I think this is another completely overlooked guy. Mecole Hardman. And it's easy to overlook him. You have so many gosh darn weapons, you know. Garrett Wilson, Al Lazard, Corey Davis, Randall Cobb, and then you have Mecole Hardman, who's this other receiver that's a lock to make the team. He's got elite speed, man. When the ball's in his hands, he's a human joystick. Anything can happen. He's a Ferrari, 0 to 60. Booyah. Whether it's returning, whether it's getting the ball in his hands. I'm excited to see what are the iterations, especially when you combine Aaron Rodgers, Mecole Hardman. Mecole Hardman goes kind of a little stop and go action. Aaron Rodgers is going whistle that baby right into his arms. That could be like one of those play action plays. Like it's like Breece Hall's really giving him the business, and Aaron Rodgers kind of hikes the ball and kind of goes a little, you know, like where you put the arms down, kind of a fake PA, and then looks up and then just pats the ball and freaking flicks that thing. Aaron Rodgers makes it look so easy. That's another thing that I love about football. He just whoop. He's not even putting mustard on. It's not like he's like if I'm throwing a football, I'm grabbing it going, and I'm like putting my hips into it. I'm doing one of those deck things, you know, one of these. I'm going, and I'm like discus, you know, throwing that sucker. Okay. Aaron Rodgers, he's flicking that thing. Making it look easy. Unbelievable. Mecole Hardman, though, deserves more love. I freaking love Mecole Hardman. Let me try to catch up here. Bring the Thunder. Quan maybe coming back. Possibly. We'll see. Do I think Rodgers is washed? Absolutely not. The people are overreacting to the Hardman play. I think he just thought Hardman was open, so he just kind of gave it what he thought was necessary. And then Tony Adams came out of nowhere and then karate chopped the ball. So, no, I don't think that like he's washed or doesn't have the arm he used to. By the way, he doesn't need to have the arm he used to do what we need to do. But I think he has plenty of arm. So I think a lot of that is over. Can it be both, Dave? I'm not saying like he's complete trash. He's a super athlete and should have went higher than he went. But yeah, there's been kind of a lack of opportunities. Injuries also would be another one for Hamza, I think is a fair point to throw out. Think Lawson's going to have a great year. I'd love to see it. Zach is the future QB. That would be, again, Aaron Rodgers apparently playing multiple years. So I'm curious. I want to ask an insider this. We'll see. I'm shooting, guys. I'm shooting for some guests. I mean, some guests on this show. I am like trying to flex the Rolodex. So keep an eye out for the channel. I'm trying to get some dudes on the show, or gals, not necessarily just guys. I just mean like, some mustard on the sandwich. So keep an eye on some of the guests that I'm reaching out to. Could get spicy. More on that later. But to the point, like if Aaron Rodgers is going to be here, anywho, yeah. The thing, I'm like a raccoon with a shiny object. Hey guys, this is nice. So I could get easily distracted. I want to ask like a Rich Cimini or insert your Jets beat reporter. Is there a realistic chance if Zach Wilson embraces his role and doesn't play this year, because that's what we're all hoping for. We want Aaron Rodgers healthy, obviously. But if he embraces his role, is there any chance after this year in May, the Jets have to make the decision on his fifth-year option? Now, maybe they do Jordan Love style and they can decline it and then like negotiate a lower number, maybe, because that'd be cheaper. Although playing time bonuses, we'll have to double check to see what he qualifies for at that point. But the point is that is there a path for Zach Wilson to say, hey, I know I'm not playing right now. I'd love to, but I'm having fun learning from Rodgers. I want to continue to develop here. And then when Rodgers goes, in theory, you can pass me the baton. I'm curious if that's realistic or not. My brain can't answer the question myself. So I'm fascinated to hear an expert comment on it. There's another suggestion from Hawk. Super chats take precedent over normie comments. There you go, Paul. That's nice. Speaking of, let me jump to. We got another super chat coming in. Let's scroll the way down here. Here we go. Boop, 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 boop. Got to catch up. There it is. Okay. We got an alien emoji again. I want to find somewhere to get custom work done on my Garrett Wilson black jersey. I want to replace the New York on the front to Gotham City. Yeah, you and me both, alien. If you find someone pretty good, I used to know a guy, like one of those situations where you're like, hey, do you know a guy? Yeah, I know a guy who's Gardner's cousin's nephew knows another guy who he saw at the grocery store and met another guy, and he knows a guy. Like, I used to have one of those guys. Not anymore. I live in New York now. I've lived here for like, 15 years, but I used to have a guy that I could hook you up with, but no longer have that guy. So if you find somebody, that'd be cool, because there's some really cool, that'd be kind of cool. Gotham City, GCC folks would appreciate that. And just kind of in general, I've seen them do some pretty cool stuff with some of the Gotham. I don't have any of that gear. Like they have the hoodies. Aaron Rodgers wearing it for his presser the other day, the Gotham City stuff. That stuff to me looks really cool. So I'd love to see it. Do some custom stuff, especially if you can mess around with like old jerseys and stuff. Like if you were to have a Mims jersey, you want to flip it to Johnson or something. That's probably less intrusive on the back, but that kind of stuff I'm curious about. Yeah, the Gotham City like football straight up maybe would be spicy. I wonder how that would look with that many words, but maybe they could figure it out. That's above my pay grade, but that could be cool. Albie joining in. Keep up the good work, Paul. Truly enjoy your insights and information. Thanks, brother. And again, we are trying to get some of that. Ooh, Hawk. Okay, he's got a take on this. I want other opinions on this. 100% they would take the fifth-year option on Zach. It's a smart business move for multiple reasons, unless he totally shits the bed in preseason, looks like a complete bust. And the other reason I would say, Hawk, that potentially they don't, is if he doesn't embrace this. So, like, I think he will, from everything that I know. Again, I've never, hung out with Zach Wilson, right? But, leading up to a draft, I talked to people around him. We had his coach on, his offensive coordinator, Aaron Rodgers. He joined me on my show. That was one of my big interviews a couple years ago. And it had the viral nature because of the captain thing. So I had him on the show. So I know some people around Zach, in the club of Zach. But, so based on that information that I know, I believe Zach is going to be the hard-ass worker, ask the million questions, and do all the right things. And if he has that right mentality, I think he's going to be put in a position, Hawk, for that to be exercised. However, 1 second here. Sorry, guys. excuse me, I think if Zach Wilson has a terrible attitude about it, being the backup and for whatever reason, that doesn't rub the right way, that could change plans. But I would be curious if he could really embrace and maybe, kind of rise on up after Rodgers retires in a handful of years. As Carmelo says here, Zach Wilson will shine after Rodgers retires. I could see that. That'd be cool. I never hung out with Zach either, but that doesn't mean I don't lie to people about that. Yeah, me and Zach last week, super tight. 2 peas in a pot. Oh, that's great. That's great. All right, let me see if I could catch up on some of your comments. Again, the YouTube super chats are always available here on the program. That you could skip the queue, or skip the normie comments, as we heard earlier. Zach on the show would be phenomenal. Zach, for a lot of reasons, does not do media, and I don't blame him. I understand. But that would be so cool. I'd have so many questions for Zach. But I'm guessing no. Ooh, Mike Cohen does not like Agent Zero. I hate the number 0. It's dumb. It's weird. It's gonna take some getting used to if Amos is starting, or like Jermaine Johnson, 11 on the line. Although we've seen it a little bit more Parsons and stuff. But like the 0 thing, that one's strange. Yeah, that'll take some getting used to at the very least, like seeing that on the field. Because like if I'm playing Madden, like I'm pretty sure you can make any if my brain's working correctly. I'm not forgetting something. I'm pretty sure if you make a Madden player, like I make Paul Eston, beep boop bop, I can throw any jersey number I want on him, regardless of position. But I normally stayed true. Like if I was quarterback, I went 1 through 19, which was the number, or running back the 20 through whatever 44, 45, something like that. And then the other, like whatever the qualifications were, I normally stuck to them. But hey, different strokes, different folks. Yeah, the offense looked good, which was awesome to see. It was great to see the offense just firing on all cylinders. It was a joy, an absolute joy to watch. Yeah, that one, Ruckert fighting Clemens. Again, I said it earlier. There is no way in hell, even if Clemens was in the wrong, like he bumps into me and I'm like, hey, and he's like, what? And I'm like, oh, nothing. Never mind. But yeah, Ruckert getting into it. Look at that little bull. Look at that Ohio State bull saying, I want a piece. No, you don't. No, you don't. You do not want a piece. Michael Clemens, that's for damn sure. That is for damn sure. All right, let's make sure we got everything from Jets training camp today. A wild day. If any of you were there, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to share the deets. I want to make sure. So we got to the Aaron Rodgers red zone stuff. Was great. Jermaine Johnson flip number. A shout out to Mecole Hardman. The Zach Wilson throw to Lazard was nice. Conklin, Corey Davis was good. The Sauce Chain, we talked about that at the beginning of the live stream in case you missed it. I just love it. That's my quarterback, baby. I love the relationship they have. Let me see. The Max Mitchell story, Sala gave him a shout out at the presser. Zach Rosenblatt asked the question. Thought it was really cool, his comeback, which is awesome. Sala did confirm as well that Mecole Hardman, when they were talking to him in free agency, it was a Rich Cimini report way back when, that they talked to him about expanding his route tree, and one of the reasons they brought him in. So that's really cool. Again, he's still going to do all the things that made him special, but the fact of the matter is that is a added piece to the puzzle. Let's see. I loved just random clips on my Twitter. You guys could kind of catch up on everything. Quinton Williams in the middle of practice pulled Michael Clemens aside and was helping him with pass rush techniques. That's so freaking cool, man. I just love the vibes around this team are immaculate. It's so cool. So you have the Rodgers coaching things with whether it's defenders or receivers saying, hey, like cut this, do this. But like Quinton taking this leadership role and pulling Clemens aside saying, hey, man, if you rip and twist, like obviously I can't hear the commentary. They weren't mic'd up, but like seeing the camera on them like feet away and showing him seemingly talking about pass rush moves. Again, the vibe is just super immaculate. So shout out there as well, which I really loved. Again, Dwayne Brown being back. He is back, but as we noted, now on PUP, keep an eye out for that. That was nice. And also, I want to reiterate the fact, I tweeted this out last night. I do not want to see Aaron Rodgers in the preseason. I do not want to see Breece Hall in the preseason. And quite frankly, I mean, within reason, I mean, if you show some of the starters out there, fine. Like maybe Mekhi Becton needs a lot of reps after all the time away. I don't think he's a guy you want to bubble wrap, considering the injury history. In that particular case, he probably needs live reps. So he is someone that maybe gets reps. But in general, I'm fine with benching some of the key guys to the season. For the injury factor. Number 2, Robert Saleh evaluates joint practices with the Jets have with the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I believe it's 4 joint practices total, 2 for each week. And he values those as preseason reps. So those will be the live action where you see another different jersey color across the line. So I'm cool with that. And by the way, I just love preseason in general. Apparently that's a hot take, I guess. Like, I'm going to be at the Hall of Fame game. I'm looking forward to seeing Zach or any of these guys that are fighting for their lives, their football lives. I want to see that. It's Hard Knocks, basically. Even if Hard Knocks wasn't really here, which they're there, obviously, but I love the Hard Knocks stories. Who are we rooting for? Who's on the bottom of the roster? Who's fighting for a roster spot? Who's fighting for position battles? Like, I'm a football junkie, man. All that stuff revs my engine. I'm freaking all in on that. So I want to see the bottom of the roster stuff. So I'm very much looking forward to the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame game and the Hall of Fame for that matter as well. Muhammad Wilkerson was back at practice again today. And it's interesting because like yesterday shows up. I'm like, wow, I haven't seen Muhammad Wilkerson in a hot second. So I wonder what he's been up to. Obviously, the former Jets first rounder, obviously a former teammate of Aaron Rodgers. He played 1 year in 2018 with Wilkerson. So that's kind of interesting. But he was back at practice. I saw him taking pictures with fans. Interesting. I don't know if he moved back to the area or he still lives here. I know his family's still around here, so interesting. But Muhammad Wilkerson sighting again, which I thought was pretty neat as well. Well, guys, I hope you enjoy first off, the public practice today was awesome. The atmosphere was electric. The pictures, the videos, the JETS chant, the Aaron Rodgers chants. You guys are freaking crazy, and I freaking love it. So, again, there's practice tomorrow. I see that I'll be there tomorrow, too. Weed the people. Looking forward to it. Oh, you were there. Oh, Weed. I need to get that before we get out of here. I want to hear if anyone was there, any experience, thought, comments, the new roofed-in bleachers that you guys had. I am so interested to hear from some of you guys on that. So feel free to share any of those comments before we close out. I'm fascinated. But there is practice tomorrow. And then Monday off, and then Tuesday pads. And then things heat up, and we're going to be getting some more action. And all these highlights are great because all these other NFL teams aren't in practice yet outside of the Browns. So, yeah, congrats, Weed. That's awesome, man, that you were there. I will not, unfortunately, unless something changes, will not be making any of the training camp practices because of my schedule. The only thing I will make, though, is the Hall of Fame game and all the activities. I'll be there for the Hall of Fame game. I'll be there for the enshrinement ceremony on Saturday. We're doing a live event. Again, if any of you, since we're all in here right now, another shout out. If any of you are going to the Hall of Fame, myself, Jake Asman, and Matt O'Leary are all meeting up on Friday night. It's Jersey Sports Grill. It's the Belden location. We're meeting all up on there. We have a reserved spot. We're there from 8 to midnight, and there's going to be Joe Beningo, I believe Fireman Ed swinging by. We've got the place, our reserved spot for 4 hours. There's food, there's drink. You guys got to buy the food and drink, but there's food and drink available, and we're going to hang out, pictures, hang out, whatever you guys want. We're going to do just talk football and enjoy that official kickoff of the Hall of Fame and awesome, season that's to come. It's going to be a party. Hopefully you guys can join us again. Myself, Jake Asman, Matt O'Leary, all of that coming up. One more shout out. I want to do this before we get out. For those who don't know, again, I do a video show live every single morning at 7:30. Yes, I'm a freak. Yes, I am. Nonetheless, every day at 7:30. You guys are going to get the exclusive here. And I normally have a guest every day, although some days I like not having guests and just going solo. We have Matt O'Leary. He's on every Monday. This Tuesday, we'll have Betty and the Jets. Wednesday, Steven Zantz from Badlands. Thursday, Ty Butler of ESPN 98.7. Friday, Let's Talk Jets. Saturday, Petey. Sunday, Mike Nash. Monday, again, O'Leary. NYJ Mike is joining next Tuesday. And I think we're going to get NYJ Matt on the schedule as well. So every day, quick shows, 20 minutes a pop, and we'll be back on tomorrow morning live at 7:30. But I couldn't wait. We had just too much to unpack today. We needed to do a long form, and we have. It's about to be an hour of this live stream. Thank you guys for the support, whether it was super chats, likes, subscribes, all of them. They were amazing. And guys, whether you're watching this live or after the fact, make sure on the way out, hit the thumbs up, baby. Ba-boom! hit subscribe down below. We appreciate the support. This channel is going to blow up. We're going to have all kinds of amazing stuff, baby. And I hope all of you can be a part of it. It was awesome to be able to chat with so many of you today, coming off an eventful Jets freaking practice. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again soon, everybody. And I'll be back on live tomorrow morning right here on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Hopefully you guys could check it out. Thanks for tuning in.